You're about to listen to our program Eng. We don't know why, however we are grateful you chose to. We do wish to inform you that the views, opinions and overall morality do not necessarily reflect those of the station, interview guests, sponsors or musical entities. If you should choose to continue, and we sincerely hope that you do, just know, we tried to advise you against these actions and we are not responsible for any damage done to your sanity, morals or ideals. Thank you. Here comes the terrible siren.
One of us. One of us.
I am aware
I am a humble man.
that you feel you don't belong.
I won't say you should follow me.
You are welcome. You are loved. Join us, and we shall reach the promised plain.
I'm not boastful, and my chorus is more soulful.
One of joy, one lacking pain. We are the cult of I am aware.
Don't say it. I can see
You
it.
feel you don't belong.
I don't wanna. You don't need it. Once again, we are legion. What I'm meaning. Don't say it. I can see it.
Join us.
I don't wanna. You don't
We shall
need it.
reach
Once
the
again,
promised
we are
plain.
legion.
One of joy, one lacking pain. We are the cult of Odd.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to the Cult of Odd. I am your friendly neighborhood cult leader, Odd, and with me is Brother Ace.
It's the wolf moon.
Probably would have helped if I had turned your...
It's the wolf moon.
All right, then. This week you should actually be able to hear Ace a little bit better. I've fixed some settings. I realized that the mic that he is using, though it was a gift from someone, and you should never look a gift horse in the mouth, I have come to realize it is not as strong as my microphone.
They picked all the spittle off of it. It was covered with Cheeto dust.
Well, that would be because that was your mic.
I know.
Yeah, no. It wasn't just that.
Oh, it wasn't just the Cheetos dust and spittle.
No.
A couple boogers.
Yeah, there was a lot more wrong with it, but I think I have been able to source the issue, and
Sourced.
everything should be fine now. We are at the very beginning of a new year.
New year, full moon. What could possibly go wrong?
Everything. And that's what I fully expect. Everything to go wrong.
Yeah.
Although we did get some cool stuff. I saw a couple of trailers. I sent them to you, so you saw them. But before I get into that, I've been watching a lot more YouTube lately. I'm not going to talk too much about the city game and stuff that I'm playing. I have started streaming it. We'll see how that goes. But because of it, because I've been finding stuff to put on the TVs in the bar, I have found that there are a lot of YouTube channels out there that have old TV shows for free. And I'm very happy.
Yeah, I've seen some old black and white ones. The original things out there.
Tales from the Crypt.
Oh, yeah.
Alf.
Part 2, I think it was, actually.
Yeah. Alf.
Yeah.
There's like long runs of like Cartoon Network's heyday, Adult Swim's heyday, MTV's heyday, Ren and Stimpy.
Everything is out there if you look for it.
Yeah. So, but because I've been watching more YouTube, I've been seeing more YouTube ads. Man, it's getting real interested in the things that they think that I want to see.
They're going by your rhythm. Somebody's rhythm.
I was saying, ain't mine. Especially with this one. Okay, so I sent you that YouTube channel, Y4, that I found. Really like the stuff that he puts out. It's cool. I like his voice. I like the stupid goldfish in the corner.
Now, I couldn't get the link to work that you sent me, but as soon as you said goldfish in the corner, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Hecklefish.
Yeah, Hecklefish. Yeah, I watch him all the time.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I like Y4. But while I've been watching it, because it's outside my normal view pattern, and it's on my Cult of Odd channel that doesn't have any data for them to pull from, really, it is really a mishmash of shit they're showing me. And earlier today, I got an ad for a mail order bride service.
Cool. We should order one of them. It's a sticker and a quarter.
I got an ad for a Slavic mail order bride.
Slavic. Yugoslavia?
Yeah, Slavic women.
I've never seen a Yugoslavian women.
Women?
Woman? Yeah.
Yeah. No. So yeah, and it was billed as a dating site, but the words they were saying, this is very much, hey, meet me, marry me, bring me.
I'd like a visa, please.
Yeah. Oh, I love your visa. And it said Slavic women like American men because they're not as emotional as Slavic men, and I was like, have you met?
Yeah. Spill something on his carpet, see what happens.
And then there was another bit in the commercial where they were like, Slavic women prefer men over 40. And I was like, of course, they're going to die sooner.
They're established. They've got more shit. Yeah. Makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah, it was so...
25-year-old looking for 90-year-old in bad health.
Till death do us part.
Yeah. And you can start now. Clock's ticking. I got a lunch date.
So here's the deal. As soon as I say I do, I want you to die.
Yeah.
You die, I do.
I do, you did, we're done. It's a doo-doo done.
Now I have a fat bank account and I'm off to the next adventure.
Now I can marry for love.
I believe some people refer to that as homie hopping.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, it blew my mind. I was like, why the fuck am I seeing this? What did I do? What algorithm did I fall into to see this?
Why did I deserve this?
All right. Trailers we watched.
Right.
We'll talk one at a time.
Morpheus. Let's talk about Morpheus.
Renfield. Yeah, that was the vampire one I sent you. Renfield. We don't talk about Morpheus.
Oh,
No. So Renfield is the story of Dracula's right-hand man.
That's why I know the name.
Yeah. Who is tired of the controlling, abusive relationship and wants to strike out on his own. And I'm going to tell you, I sat there, I heard the concept, I was like, heh. And I saw the trailer and I went, huh.
I watched the trailer and I was watching it, I was like, what the hell is this? And then all of a sudden I saw Nicolas Cage and I was like, hey, that's Nicolas Cage. So then I had to rewatch it.
Hello, Mr. Brown. How are you? Yeah. Kind of funny the way they framed it. I feel it's probably going to fall in line with somewhere like Netflix's Day Shift, where you're not going for movie of the year, but it's going to end up being a good popcorn movie.
Right.
You know?
Yep. Yeah, it held my interest. The trailer did. Until I saw Nicolas Cage, and then I was like, hey, Nicolas Cage.
Now I really care.
Yep.
Honestly, that's true, because most of Nicolas Cage's body of work is not bad at all.
No, I for whatever reason, I enjoy watching his movies usually, even the not so good ones.
Well, that's the thing is, like, he's great when you give him an over-the-top character to be.
He's like a faceless dude. I don't see other characters in him. No matter what characters he's playing, that's the character I see. I don't see Nicolas Cage. I see that character.
I think one of my favorites is Con Air.
That was a good movie. That was all-star cast, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
But there's another one called Willy's Wonderland. Came out probably a couple of years ago. And I shit you not, man, he doesn't say a single word throughout the entire movie.
Did you ever see I think it's called The Wicker Man?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he burns alive in that one.
The bees!
Yeah, that was a stinker. But yeah.
But no, like I said, Willy's Wonderland, Nicolas Cage is in it and doesn't say a single word throughout the entire movie.
And it's still a Nicolas Cage movie.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You
it's
know
like a Kevin Bacon almost.
You know the game Five Nights at Freddy's?
I don't think so.
Okay. So the premise of Five Nights at Freddy's is you're hired on as a security guard in a Chuck E. Cheese-esque type place. You're the night security guard.
Great.
And at night, all of the animatronics in the Freddy Fazbear's Fun something,
Whatever.
all the animatronics come to life and are trying to kill you, and you have to survive the night.
Yay. Unplug them.
See, no, they came to life. But
How hard could they be?
you can't fight back.
Why not?
All you can do is like hide and check. There is no.
Oh, so it's like PUBG. Duck and hide.
No, it's one of those horror games where it's not about trying to necessarily beat physically back.
Just survive.
Just survive. Yeah, survival horror is a thing.
Yeah, it's like that when my kids play. Well, my adult kids.
I mean, they're still your kids.
Yeah, but what's that game called?
I have no fucking clue.
Oh, you can be Jason or anybody you want. You got to hide from the guy.
Dead by Daylight.
Dead by Daylight.
There's that. Yeah.
Dead by Daylight. I've played that a few times, and that's just boring.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's survival horror. That's actually asymmetrical online version of it, but like survival horror is usually like you're one person. You get like
you're playing against other people at least.
Yeah. And you're working together with other people in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, if you're not working together, you're dead.
Yeah, with Five Nights at Freddy's, it's just you, and you get a flashlight that when you shine the light,
Resident Evil.
Yeah, when you shine the light, they run away and shit like that. But like you have no real defense or no real offense that you can take. You're stuck in defense mode, and you just have to survive. Anyways, Willy's Wonderland is kind of like that. In fact, there was even talk of a lawsuit about how close.
Like, like, hey, my game.
Where's the line between ripoff and homage? So yeah, Mr. Brown's in the chat said Ghost Rider was good.
Oh yeah, I liked Ghost Rider. Yeah, and that other dude, he was the old Ghost Rider.
Oh, Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. There you go. Yep.
And then he said, I kind of liked Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum. Well, that was the one.
That wasn't Nicolas Cage.
No, that was.
That was Ben Stiller.
There you go.
Yeah, Night at the Museum was Ben Stiller.
Maybe he had a small part in it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't surprise me. He's in everything.
I subjected somebody else to slacks, by the way.
Did they die?
No.
Well, that's
they enjoyed
good.
it.
Well, I find that hard to believe.
No, through playing in that city, I actually ended up finding a kindred spirit when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
Character in the game is Victor James. Vic and I have hung out outside, like in Discord and whatnot. We watched terrible shit both in the game and out of the game, and I was out of the game watching Slacks.
Did you at least warn him? Almost killed me.
No.
Well, should have gave him the warning.
I might have when I first told him about it, but not right before we were going to watch it. I didn't think to. I do joke that Slacks is the movie that damn near killed my co-host.
Oh yeah. I thought I was dead.
But no, he loved it. I was like, this is going to be, it's not great.
It wasn't that bad. What I saw.
Yeah, I also showed him Range 15, which is a zombie movie, and Vic loves zombies. And before Range 15, I prefaced it with, this movie is offensive in every single possible way. And I was like, that's all I'm going to say. It's funny, but it is offensive in every possible way. And we got to the end of that one. He was like, you were right, but it was good.
So what was the other one?
The other trailer we watched was for Rise of the Evil Dead.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
And I'm a big fan of the Evil Dead series, at least the ones with Bruce Campbell. So Evil Dead 2, and then Army of Darkness.
Right.
I loved the TV show that they made, Ash versus, I think it was Ash versus the Evil Dead.
I didn't watch it. I seen the movies. I didn't see the show.
The TV show was actually pretty fun.
Was he in it?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Now I want to see it.
Then they remade it a few years ago. I don't remember how many years at this point, but they remade it. And they made it more of a serious horror movie, and it was all right, you know.
I like the tongue-in-cheek horror.
I do. Like, I get that there's only so much that you can do with that, especially with Ash no longer a part of the franchise. You know, right. Bruce Campbell's like, I'm too fucking old for that shit.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. But I watched the trailer, and I'm just like, okay, this is like every other demonic horror movie I've seen. There's nothing in the trailer that really makes this version of Evil Dead stand out to me. Like, you could show me scenes from Evil Dead, scenes from this Evil Dead, and scenes from any other like demonic horror movie, and I probably wouldn't be able to be like, that's Evil Dead.
All the same.
Yeah. And for those of you that are like, well, Evil Dead has Bruce Campbell, that's why you recognize it. I could still tell you shit if you showed me scenes that didn't have him in it. Yeah. All right? Like, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably watch it. I don't know if I'll
Nothing
like
turns
it.
me off quicker than zombies in it. I just have a problem with zombies.
I like zombies, but at this point, I want something unique with your zombies.
Yeah. The only zombies that I ever got into that I went, wow, that's a good zombie was, I can't remember anybody's name. Will Smith, I Am Legend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those zombies were cool.
There's a few movies that do zombies in an interesting way for me, anyways. One of them's called Patient Zero. If I'm not mistaken, it was Matt Smith and Stanley Tucci. Matt Smith played as a human who got bit by zombies but didn't turn, but he can talk to them. And Stanley Tucci played the head zombie, I guess. It's been a while since I've seen it, but there's a lot of scenes with Matt Smith talking to these zombies, and specifically Stanley Tucci.
Outer space?
No.
Okay.
No, but a lot of it took place in an underground bunker that almost would look like a spaceship.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. The other one is a movie called Pontypool.
No, I haven't seen that.
I found that when on Netflix years ago. And the reason I like it is because it's the 28 Days Later style rage zombie.
Right.
Not your typical zombie. The thing that makes it unique is the storyline, and spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen the movie, but the storyline goes, words have become infected with a zombie virus. Like, words have become infected somehow with a virus.
So if you say the word, you get infected?
No. As you end up going through the movie and finding out, it ends up turning out that for some reason the English language is the only one that's affected by this virus. You ever get a thought stuck in your head?
Yeah.
You know, that's what the virus does, is like there's some simple
set
string.
you in a loop.
Yeah, some simple string of words that once the virus enters your body, you get stuck on and you become aggressive, and then you're seeking sound.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was an interesting take on a zombie movie.
Yeah, nice twist.
Yeah. And there's several other movies and stuff too like that. Like Dead and Breakfast was a zombie movie, but it was also a musical.
Not that it's a zombie movie, but that Mark Wahlberg movie where the nature turned on him. You had to stay away from the wind.
Oh, The Happening?
Yeah, The Happening. Yeah, I can't remember these names. I don't know how you keep all of them straight.
The same way that I could ask you what song was on what Kiss album in what year.
Right. I don't even know if I can do that anymore.
Well,
but I used to. Every album, every song.
I've still got a few years before I catch up to you. So
yeah. Keep working on it. It's easy.
Yeah. The Think Meat is in the process of spoiling.
What's your name? Hang on, I got a license here somewhere.
Is it on my shirt?
Let's see. Somebody. It's on my underwear. That's it. Hang on.
Apparently, my name is Haynes.
Yeah, Calvin Klein.
Apparently, my name is Amazon Basics.
Basic. You just call me Basic. Dollar General. I'm a general. For $1.
But no, yeah. So the think meat is still there, but I don't know, man. It's movies were my thing. I don't know why. Like my brain is full of just useless trivia. Yeah. You know, like I can't.
Whatever you're into, it sticks in there.
Yeah, and movies are my thing. To a lesser extent, TV shows and then book plots.
Yeah, I got a lot of ancient Egypt and Sumerian shit bouncing around in there.
Well, that's because that's what you sit and watch on YouTube all the time.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's one I haven't seen.
Oh, there's a challenge for you. Make something Ace hasn't seen.
Yeah, good luck with that. Well, they're putting it out every week.
Isn't it nice to know there's so much that they can just keep churning?
Yeah. That's what I like about YouTube. Whatever you feel like, pyramids or whatever it is, you look into it and pink, somebody's made something on it.
My only issue is sometimes I find stuff that like the topic's interesting, but the presenter is
right. Well,
and you're like,
they're homemade. I mean, they are what they are.
Yeah.
You got to accept it. But the information is the information. But some people, they just ain't no good at telling a story.
You can give me a regular spoon, or you can give me a slotted spoon to eat soup. Both are a spoon, but only one of them's going to be usable.
Yeah. The other one just seems like there's a lot of paddling for no reason. Yeah.
There you go. Another way to use spoons as an analogy. But so there will be changes coming this year for the Cult of Odd. There are things that we are going to
tinker with.
Yeah. You're probably going to get a mix of both audio and video podcasts. Not every episode will have a video counterpart, but
some will.
Yes, some will. Some we're gonna actually try and do some cool stuff with. But I felt that the first episode of the year should be live.
Live. We went out live. We'll come back live.
Yeah. New Year, same
still live.
Do you like the promo for this week?
Yeah.
The picture.
I always like your promo.
Do you realize who that picture is?
No.
That's Corey.
Oh, I thought it looked familiar. I had seen it before.
That's
but
a very young Corey that somebody
dressed up
had...
like a conehead or something.
No, he had dressed up like a priest.
I saw the priest outfit, but what's with the conehead?
Someone photoshopped it back in the day to make him look like a conehead. And his mother actually sent me that photo originally.
That's why I remember it.
And then Corey reposted it recently, and I was like, I'm going to use this in a promo.
I see his mic's all set up and polished. I take it he was coming.
He was supposed to.
Corey.
He woke up sick as hell, he said.
Yeah, I can understand that. You go to the mirror, you look in it, you throw up. I do it every morning.
No, apparently he's actually sick, so.
I hope you feel better. Corey.
Me too. Speedy recovery to
being sick sucks.
Our altar boy.
Yeah, altar boy.
I, thankfully, for the most part, because of my shut-in lifestyle, I don't get sick near as often anymore.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, I avoid it. Everybody starts getting the flu bug. I don't go to Walmart. I don't go anywhere.
A friend of mine just posted a picture of himself on a cruise, and he posted a picture of everybody standing on the deck as they were pulling out, and I was just like, that is a nightmare.
I'll go to a concert, but, I understand the risk.
Like, I don't like water to begin with. I damn sure don't like fucking boats, and I don't want to be trapped on the water on a boat with that many people.
It drives me crazy. I got like 6, 7 doctors, and they're out, come on in and see us. I do not want to go where there's a bunch of sick people, and that hospital full of them.
Right, unless my appointment time is the exact time that you're going to let me in.
Can't you meet me in the car? I'll park in the parking garage. You come out, take some blood, make me pee in a cup, something. Can't we just do it in the parking lot?
No, because even still, your appointment time, you get there and then you wait 20, 30 minutes in a waiting room full of other sick people.
Yeah, and I'm not sick until I go there. And every time I come home, I'm sick.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ain't much we can do about it other than fuck you, no.
Yeah, I ain't coming.
If it requires
Send
me
me
to
a
leave
nurse.
the house, there's a good chance I'm
Hey,
not coming.
we could try that Slavic woman thing, mail order bride. Maybe she'd be a nurse. We just stick her in a corner. Full circle.
A living medical.
I don't know. I just want a Slavic woman in the corner.
We'll set it right on top of the 50-gallon drum of medical grade lube.
Hey, there you go. Or just put it right in it. That'd be fine too.
Just dunk her in it.
Yeah.
Here, you're sanitized now. Yeah, it's
stay
right
there.
over by the sanitation station.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A 50-gallon drum of medical grade lube with a Slavic woman inside of it right next to the sanitation station.
Next to the Christmas tree. Yeah, we've lost our mind. It's the Wolf Moon.
We got 5 minutes left. Your car broke down, right? Michigan roads?
Yeah, I took out the front tire. Something that holds sway bar.
Sway bar?
I don't know.
There's
It's
a
something
sway
that holds
bar,
the
the
front
lower
tire.
control arm.
Lower control arm. That sounds right. But it's something that holds the tire on, and the only thing that's holding it on now is the fact that it's attached to the transmission. I said, well, it makes sense. It's front wheel drive, so yeah. They said, don't drive it until you can fix it because it's going to fold up under you. I was like, gee, thanks. But on the upside, I got the window up in the van, so at least we got one going.
And you got new pipes, too, right?
Oh, yeah, all new pipes, a new hot water tank.
Santa brought you problems for Christmas.
What the? I went to, was 3 years ago. The hot water tank went at the other house. I went and bought a new hot water tank. $297. This one goes 3 years later. $850 for a hot water tank.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what the hell?
Well, safety standards.
It's the same tank. It's the same freaking tank.
You know that, but they don't want you to know that. So they charge you more.
Yeah. Well, at least they could have gave me a kiss because I got fucked.
I was going to say, you had to replace, what, water lines too?
Oh, yeah, everything. Everything from where it goes underneath the foundation into the addition. All those pipes broke. Probably 25 foot of copper line split open like a hot dog in about 8 places.
Jesus.
Yep. Ann and her dad was under there for 4 days.
Hey, Mr. White. Yeah,
Yep.
I saw the photos.
Yeah, it was a mess. And then my dog died in the middle of it all. Creepy.
Yeah.
I was waiting to get the pipes going. She died. I was like, pfft. Yeah, not challenging worse, but yeah, come on. Give me a break.
Well, I'm sorry about Creepy.
Yeah, me too.
How are the other dogs now?
There's definitely a shift in the mood, that's for sure. Bruce has went into hiding because we've been talking, Creepy, we're going to have to put her down soon because she was getting rough. Mm-hmm. And we got to get Bruce's legs looked at. And he kept hearing Bruce and Creepy, Bruce and Crew. Well, Creepy died, and he saw me bury her. Now he's totally disassociated with the rest of the pack, and he's hiding in a corner underneath the stove. He's like, yeah, I heard my name, and if that's what's happening, I'm hiding. So yeah, I've been coaxing him out and putting him in my lap, but yeah, he's starting to come around again. But yeah, it was hilarious. He thinks he's next.
I know, Mr. Brown, I know you like going on cruises. I, on the other hand, think that sounds like a nightmare. I'm not knocking it for you. I'm just saying no.
You can't hide from a virus. Do what makes you happy and deal with the consequences. That's living. That's
it's
what
not,
you got to do.
You know what? It's not even the virus. It's just that many fucking
People.
I don't like water. I don't like boats, and I'm not good in crowds. Yeah. What is a cruise? It's a boat on the water with a crowd of people.
Yeah. See, I don't particularly like crowds. I can do them, and I don't have a lot of the problems that you come up with. But yeah, I don't care for it.
I come up with.
Well, you got, or I don't know how to put
wow.
it. The issues that you have, whatever. Don't like being in a crowd.
Yeah,
it makes you uncomfortable. I get it. It makes me uncomfortable too, but yeah, I still do it. There's things that drive me to do it. A good concert, I'll go stand in 30,000 people, see a good show.
Well, the wife has even tried to rationalize to me too before. It's a floating city block. The problem is it's floating.
The floating is
Ain't
the
you
problem.
never seen the fucking Titanic movie?
Yeah, I'm not that good of a swimmer.
I don't swim at all.
Yeah, I know
you know that.
Yeah.
And so the idea of that, I'm like, well, they got life jackets and lifeboats, and I got life on land.
And they got life at the front of those, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
Lifeboat, life preserver.
Well, you could get hit by a bus, but it wouldn't be on the water.
I'd rather see safety something than life preserver.
Yeah.
This is after it goes bad. Can't we be preemptive here? Sell all the boats and things, put an extra layer of hull on there or something.
Yep. I could get hit by a bus, but at least I'm not going to drown.
2 boats go out in front and knock shit out of the way. Something.
Yeah, I'm just, nope, not for me. All right, so we are kind of going commercial free for tonight in a sense. We just got the goofy commercials. However, Motor City Candle Works does have a sale that they wanted me to tell you about. They are, all of their soap is on sale till January 25th. They are on sale for $3.50 a bar.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know, Mr. Brown. Is this for Facebook or website? Now I wait.
Yeah. I don't know, but I think you'll be getting some more business as long as you got some more of that Egyptian musk. I love that shit. That's some good stuff right there.
I need to get more of the oat milk and honey that I oatmeal and milk and honey that I have, but money's been tight, so. Yeah,
I hear that. I had to buy an $850 water tank. Yeah, plus all the copper line, the sons of a bitches.
It's through the website. So if you go to MotorCityCandleWorks.com, you could buy your bars of soap for $3.50 a bar. Till January 25th, that is. Till January 25th. Yeah. That's the important part. But, we've got the goofy commercials and stuff, like my Coxicles ad and Don No Deal and stuff tonight.
I heard from Captain Ron today.
Did you?
Captain Ron went to the doctors yesterday, and they put him on light duty. He can walk with a walker or a cane a little bit, so he can put some weight on it. So he's on the mend after his second surgery.
Was he okay with the fact that they put him on light duty? Because I know his typical MO is no duty.
Yeah, but after sitting for almost a year, he's ready to do some moving. Okay. He's up moving. I was like, go take the trash out. He was like, I'm not that active.
Mr. Brown said Egyptian musk is currently sold out.
Oh. Well, maybe before the 25th.
You get that Egyptian musk back in stock before the 25th, and there will be sales. There will be green. All right, so tonight's music is all shit that I wanted to play. It's not our typical independent music. It's all songs that
only
I
live
heard.
Tonight.
Yeah. Huh?
This is it.
Yeah.
Your only chance to hear it. If you're not listening live, you're going to miss it.
Yeah, the fun size will not have the songs in it at all, so you'll just get us yakking.
Well, that's okay, too.
Yeah.
We're pretty amusing sometimes.
Sometimes. So I'm not going to bother telling you the songs you're going to get.
Because you don't know anyway.
Yeah, you won't.
Unless you're listening live, and then it won't matter anyway.
Yeah. Live is where it's at. Or,
Or not. Could be.
But I am going to go ahead and go to our first break. And let's see. 1, 2, 3 songs. 3 songs and a couple of commercials.
Cool.
Sounds right.
Sounds right.
Yeah. I think I know what I'm doing. Who knows, though? All right.
We'll find out.
You're listening to The Cult of Odd on TapDetroit.com, and we will be right back.
Now it's time for our Patreon shout-out. Big thanks to C. Weezy, Bryce Rogers, Justin Burnside and Zaldor of Zaldor's World Podcast for becoming a patron. Welcome to our Holy Mother and the throne she sits upon, who have joined the Cult of Odd Plus. We hope you enjoy our long, uncut and girthy episodes until you're fully satisfied and left shaking from laughter. For everyone else, you can join our Patreon too. Just head to patreon.com/cultofodd. Become a patron and reap the benefits today.
Hi, I'm Ken Butterscotch, and I used to be worried about going out. But now, I feel confident and safe, because I'm wearing a condom.
SkyCorp condoms provide extra strength, so there's absolutely no leakage. Now you can go about your day feeling fully protected.
Whew, lovely weather we're having.
Oh, I know. It's great, isn't it?
Sure is. I just came.
Pick up a pack of SkyCorp condoms today and go fuck yourself. Now available in sandpaper.
You've tried it all. Working 9 to 5, selling feet pics on OnlyStans, and buying garbage to resell on eHarbor. Still, you can't find the fulfillment you're looking for. A new day is dawning, and you can catch the worms before anyone else. Pirabiz is here for all you stay-at-home mom types. You can join the fastest-growing cult business in the nation. We'll bring you in at the mid-level to market our array of products. From candles and plastic resealable containers to coffee that gives you diarrhea. We leave no stone unturned with our catalog. You can jump in today and learn techniques to bring in every single one of your friends to work underneath you. We offer introductory pricing for you to cash out your 401ks and cash in on stock. Your home will be filled with our quality, that's with a K, items to help you begin organizing at-home parties that are sure to bring in sales. And don't worry if you're not a success right away. We'll berate and belittle you until you're a blubbering pile of tears to push you towards success. If that's not enough, we'll offer vacation meetings that'll wipe out whatever savings you have left. So what are you waiting for? Join the Pirabiz family today, and you can be failing your friends and your family tomorrow.
Pirabiz is not an actual business. MLMs are predatory and should be removed from the economic landscape.
Howdy, folks. I'm Rooster, and I want to tell you about my delicious cocksicles, made from 100% pure grain-fed white leghorns. Now, if you're wondering how good they really are, and don't believe me, just ask our satisfied customers.
Cocksicles are cocktastic.
I can't make it through my day without having at least 2 of them in me.
My kids just love drinking the juice that drips off the end.
Well, there you have it. Tried and true testimonials from regular folks who love my juicy cocksicles. Check your local stores for Rooster's Original Coxicle, and don't forget to try our other flavors. Hickory Smoked Coxicles, Sticky Q Coxicles, which is our own special brand of sweet barbecue flavor, and our STD Special, spicy, tangy, and delicious.
And we are back. You all right over there?
It's a wolf moon.
Okay. So?
I don't know. It just seems the thing to do. Howl at the wolf moon.
Do I need to get out the silver bullets?
Yeah, sure. We'll cash them in and go get some snacks.
All right. So, we talked about a bunch of shit that I didn't initially have planned in the first half hour, which is fine. But I do want to get to at least one of the topics that will be in the fun size because I find this interesting.
It's going to be fun.
The dead internet theory.
Dead internet theory.
Yeah, the dead internet theory was a fringe conspiracy, but it contains some nuggets that feel true to our age. Some experts have begun to predict that much of the internet will be generated by AI soon, and it brings back the question about authenticity and humanity online that an outlier group of users asked a few years ago. Okay? So AI has become a big thing, and there's a lot of different tools out there that you utilize very intelligent AI. You've been seeing some of it with the artwork that has been popping up online. But there is AI that is involved in content creation, like the web pages and like the blogs and stuff that you might read online. It's also, I've talked about it with how they like farm, like and comment farm. They use bots and AI to control, to get people more followers, to give them more likes, to give them more comments, and that the comments themselves are usually easy to spot because they're very simplistic or they're nothing but emojis. Their usernames and stuff are fairly bland and generic as well. So the U.S. government is engaging in an artificial intelligence-powered gaslighting of the entire world population. Said a user on Agora Road who pioneered the theory itself. The user claimed that the internet died in 2016 or 2017, and that what we see now is an artificially generated construct that's primed to get us to buy more stuff. Unlike the internet's many other conspiracy theorists who are boring and really gullible or motivated by odd politics. The dead internet people kind of have a point. This was noted by Caitlin Tiffany in The Atlantic. Everything that once seemed definitively and unquestionably real now feels and seems slightly fake, said Max Reed in New York Magazine. Indeed, several metrics like engagement and traffic measured through clicks and likes can be bought as in paid for, and bought.
Bought.
Yeah.
Bought a bot.
My mouth was like, blah, blah. It turns out that the theory offered some precedent breadcrumbs to a future that feels inevitable now. The internet is more populated by bots and AI-generated content than ever, and experts predict that the tide will soon swell. In the scenario where GPT-3 gets loose, the internet would be completely unrecognizable. Some predicted that by 2025 and 2026, nearly 99% of the internet will be generated by artificial intelligence. GPT-3T is a generative pre-trained transformer, a machine that uses pre-existing data to generate human-like text, and it could get harder to tell the difference. I know this might go above a lot of people's heads, but basically, computers are writing and posting everything that you see on the internet. And the way that this is shaped is they're driving it to users to get them to buy more things or generate a reaction.
They become salesmen.
There's psychology involved with it too, because humans are prone to chase dopamine. It's the happy chemical that makes us feel good. All right? Dopamine gets us to buy things. Dopamine can be released when we're agitated too, if we enjoy, being agitated. That's why you'll see stuff on the internet, like all your targeted ads. So the stuff that you look at, the stuff that you interact with, the stuff that you share, things like that, that's all the stuff that you're going to see, and that's all generated by bots.
Yeah. The more you let these AIs go and the smarter they get, the more dangerous they become. Because just like we have a savant that can crack computer codes, he works for the CIA somewhere, and there's no system he can't hack, and he can chase down anybody. You give him somebody's name, and he can chase them down through this, that, and YouTube, and tell you everything about them. What happens when you get an AI that can do that to everybody all at the same time and know all the information at the same time? As soon as that AI has its own agenda, we're in trouble.
Well, see, this even ties into the concerns that we talked about in the last episode of, AI-generated art versus the artist's work that it's pulling from. We don't have any rules or laws or any kind of
stopgaps.
There's no rule book.
No.
There's no guidelines. There's no nothing for how AI should operate, because
haven't been in this territory before.
Technology will far surpass our humanity. We have a desire to make it and then worry about the consequences.
AI is so dangerous that most people just don't. When you say AI, they think, "Oh, I'd like to have a robot." You don't understand. You don't get it. When they start thinking for themselves and get their own agenda and what they think's best for us instead of what we tell them, we got some serious problems.
And the problem is to stop them from doing so, to create AI and put a gap in there.
It might be too late.
Well, to even try to put restrictors in there, to create something that can think out of its own, but program in restrictors. Oh, I'm going to sound like such a fucking far-leaning, liberal, woke idiot, but that's tantamount to slavery. You're designing them to be slaves.
Yep.
Like right out of the gate. And I don't want AI to rule the world, but at the same time, I don't want them. Do you know how fucking shitty it is to be as smart as I am and to be as knowledgeable as I am and have the roadblocks that life itself puts in its way to keep me in the position that I grew up in? I don't care what anyone says. The game is rigged. It is not a matter of you just work hard. The game is rigged.
Yes, absolutely. You know where I stand on that.
You know,
absolutely. They're writing the rules. They're changing the game as we're playing.
There are a handful of people that are in my position that managed to crack the code, and kudos to them. But for the rest of us, we're right where they want us.
Yeah.
And they
don't see it. Don't realize it and think it's okay.
So, like, we argue all the time. You know, employment is just slavery by a different name. That's all it is.
Yep.
Owning property and having to pay rent, it's just slavery by a different name. It's they tell you want these things, you need these things in your life. Yeah, okay, so you need a house and you need a car, but do you need the luxury sedan? No. Do you need half of the shit?
Doesn't go any faster, doesn't get you there any sooner. It's all for show.
Right. Do you need half the shit that you buy and that you have in your home? No. Really. Not really. Not at all. Oh, it makes me feel better. Okay, well, you're chasing that dopamine high.
Yep.
Well, that's what they want you to do. And you're doing it. You're doing exactly what they want.
But on the same token, if there's something you want and you've worked hard to get the money to get it, well yeah, all beans, enjoy it. Have fun with it.
But you can't ignore the fact that you are programmed to want whatever that thing is that you're like, I've worked hard for.
I want Nike shoes, not whatever the knockoff brand is. It's just a shoe.
That's
goes
exactly
on your
what
foot.
they wanted
Keeps
you
from
to
getting glass in your foot.
Yep. It's exactly what they wanted you to want. And because they knew you'd want it, they've designed a system for you to go get it. But in order to go get it, they're going to underpay you, so it takes you a while. But they make tons of money off you in the process.
Like I have always said, after reading the book of Enoch, after finding it and reading it, I sit and watch these people walking around on their cell phones. And if you ever read the book of Enoch, it's right out of there. It's just like, man, didn't see that coming. But he did.
Well, I was watching something earlier today, too, that was talking of, it was that Y4. I was just running through a few of the videos.
Some good stories.
Yeah, well, I was doing other shit, and so like it's
playing in the background.
What was it? The Bible Codex or something like that. There was an algorithm that they
every 7 letters.
Yeah, even though
letters. Yep.
By the end of it, though, they said that they've been able to debunk it enough to be like, okay, maybe they need to go back and relook at certain things because they were able to do the same things with other long text books. But it really does make you think, though.
See where that changes up. See, I've looked into that Bible code. Mm-hmm. If you go by the original Hebrew text and the original oldest one that we got, it really works on that one.
You see, I had heard that they had found an old what was the breaking of it is they had found an older version of the Bible, and it didn't work with that because there were certain characters that weren't there anymore. Like it was the algorithm they built was off a translation,
right?
And when they put it onto the original, it didn't work.
Yep. But they went back, and if you just go by the original text and look for that Bible code, it's in there. But
what's wild is
that's
supposedly
a whole show.
Yeah, supposedly with that algorithm that was built, that little like computer program and whatnot, you can put anyone's name in there, and it'll
find something somewhere.
Somewhere. Yeah.
Well, it's the mathematical. You got 26 letters, you're going to run into that combination if you look long and hard.
Yeah.
Enough.
Well, and that's the thing.
Every 106th letter, I can spell my name.
That's the thing, too, is like humans are instinctually designed or built to find patterns, our brains. Like, we need answers to questions. So that doesn't mean the answers we come up with are correct. It's just the ones that we're willing to accept. And so when you're chasing a puzzle or a great mystery or a question, after a while, everything that doesn't work, you start to try to look for it in things that might be. There's ways to massage it and make it work.
Well, I think society is set up for we ain't got time to think. They fill our days with work, 8, 10, 12 hours a day. Then you get the weekend to read the magazines they put in front of you and the TV to tell you what you want next. Nobody stops and critically thinks. I used to, when I was working, that's all I worked. Work, pay the bills and work. Fix the car, do this, and then I'll go on vacation. It wasn't until I was pulled out of that environment that you stop and start asking the deeper questions. where does religion come from? Why does this happen? Where is this going? What, and then I think that the whole society as a whole, if we'd stop wrapping ourselves up in the system, into the go to work and do this and that and the other, being programmed as we are, if we'd critically think, maybe we'd find some better solutions to these problems.
Yeah. Honestly, and my problem at work is like I was never able to turn that part of my brain off. Like I've been that way from birth. Like I've always asked questions, annoyingly so.
Yeah, it's school that tells us to shut up, sit down, and listen.
And that didn't work. Yeah,
quit asking questions and listen to what I have to tell you.
Yeah, and that for me didn't work.
Me neither. I wasn't a good student.
I'm a fantastic student as long as I'm the teacher.
Interested. If I'm interested, I'll absorb it like a sponge. If I'm not interested, I don't care.
Half of the okay, so 15 years, mind you. 15 years of doing whatever the hell this is, whatever you want to call it.
It's a cult.
Yeah, okay. Yep. It's a cult. I'm not going to lie. It's a cult. So over the course of the 15 years, everything that I know how to do, I've had to teach myself. Whether it's building and encoding a web page, whether it's how to audio edit and record, whether it's video editing, graphic design, all of it. Everything that you see content-wise that comes from me, I would say 95% of it was self-taught. There's certain things that I've paid for, like the little animated Us, like the cartoon versions of Us. I didn't do that. That was out of my realm. I paid to have that done, but I've used it in designs and everything else. But everything I do, I'm self-taught on. I had the patience and the time, and I had the wherewithal to go grab the resources to learn it. But if you put me in a classroom and try to give me a test on any of it, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can do it. It's not my job to tell you.
I can do it, but it takes me 3 times longer than anybody else because it just takes me that long to absorb the material.
Here's the thing. Like, I can't tell you public speaking. Maybe that. But I can't tell you one class that I went through in my entire education that I've used much of the knowledge from.
Very little of it.
Math?
History. But we don't really
Do
use
you
it.
use history, though?
Yeah, it's in there, and I know the history of, and so that has an effect on me and changes who and how I think.
Theoretically, you know the history you were taught.
Exactly.
Because your history books are different from my history books.
Yeah. My daughter didn't know who Betsy Ross was. I found that amazing.
Yeah, so, like, the whole point, though, is, like...
Program different.
How much have you used? How much of it have you
Not
actually
really.
used?
Not math, reading, and that was about it.
Yep. Public speaking.
Enough
helped.
to make the gears go.
Yeah.
Make society keep turning.
I think...
For the next generation of Rips can take over.
I took a computer design class where they were teaching, but, like, it was so basic, and I knew everything already. Like, that was the worst part, too, is, like... As a kid, I've said this before, I wasn't allowed to go outside and play. I was told I was allergic to the sun. Turns out, I kind of am. So I was only left inside. And we were poor. I had some toys, but what I always had was books. Because the library would have, sales where they were like, everything's a quarter, We could afford stuff like that. So I had tons and tons of books. So I read a lot. Yep. And by the time I got to school, when they started trying to teach me stuff, it was stuff I had already read about. It was stuff that I had already known. And I got bored. You're making me sit there through 6-7 hours a day of information, and maybe 3 out of that, 3 of them I care about because I don't know the stuff already.
Yep, I was the same way. If I cared about it, I absorbed it. If I didn't, I was in the back cutting jokes.
What was hilarious is when I got into my English class and they assigned the books, when they told me what they were assigning, like how it would go, I raised my hand and I was like, what if you've already read it? And they were like, well, we have other books on this list. You could do one on that. And they gave me another book and I was like, read it. And they gave me another book and I was like, read it. And they gave me another book and I was like, read it. And they were like, hold on, wait.
You've read all these books.
And then they started going back and asking me questions about it, each book. And I started giving them plot points. And I was like, what am I supposed to do here? And they were like,
write a story.
That's what they told me. They said, if you've read everything that we have on our list, write a story.
All right. You'll be sorry, but all right.
I took the first month of that semester and wrote a story and turned it in. And I was like, now what? And they looked at it and they were like, well, you've got some punctuation errors and you've got some grammatical errors. And I was like, all right, underline them. I'll go back and fix them. I took it back. I sat on it for a week. I took it back and I turned it in. I got an A+ on it and I didn't have to do a damn thing the rest of the year. But I was bored. I was bored as shit.
Yep. I liked history, but when you put me in a class environment and push the information as fast as they pushed it, in a semester, I couldn't learn it all. I took American history 3 times. The third time, it was my senior year, and I had to pass all my classes or I wasn't going to graduate. And it just happened that I had a friend that was the teacher's assistant, and we did everything on those Scantron answers. He gave me a whole stack for each week. All I had to do was go to the locker, turn it in, and I got a B. So, yeah, if it wasn't for Scott, I would have never graduated.
Yeah, I had a history teacher who had this insane point system in his class. Like, insane. Like, he didn't tell you how many you needed to pass his class, but you would lose like 1,000,000 points if you forgot your pencil.
No.
And like,
some of them teachers just got off on the power of it.
I've never, and yeah, I had problems with them. I've never responded to people that are like that. I've never once been.
It's like anything else. You got your good ones, you got your bad ones, and you got the ones that are there for a paycheck.
Yeah, well, the problem is from birth, I'm the type of person where if you thump your dick on the table in front of me, rest assured, I am going to be the biggest dick in the room. And that's been with me my entire life. Because I just don't like authority, and I really don't like authority when it tries to flex its authority. Like, the less I interact with authority figures, the better. I'm perfectly fine with them. The minute they try to hassle me in any way, I don't know.
That's why I fly the straight and narrow, keep everything in line, because I don't like dealing with cops.
Mm-hmm.
I know what my rights are. And evidently they don't. But
look, if I can't behave how I know I should be able to behave in society, and society has that big of a problem with it, cool. I'll remove myself from the society.
I'll let them ask their questions, and I'll answer them even though I don't have to. Just to let them, just let's be done with this. I'll cooperate. But yeah, they don't know the law.
Well,
if you fight with them, it just pisses them off.
Even my wife knows going grocery shopping. If you're going to force the public upon me, I'm going to force myself upon the public. Yeah. Like, I'm going to try to make it as enjoyable for me as possible.
My wife won't go through the receipt Nazi thing because I won't stop. I'm not stopping. I already paid for my stuff, and I got my receipt. This is mine now. Without a search warrant, you're not looking at shit, lady. She bows out. Oh, no, not again.
No, I just turn on that odd charm when we're in public and
oh, God.
And pick a random person and start saying just crazy funny shit to. Like, I'll pick on the wife for something, and I'll hear a laugh from someone in the aisle, and I'll be like, don't laugh, that's my wife. That's not very nice.
I saw a lady just, I don't know, about a month ago. She was putting out oranges, and there was a big sign that says, oranges are here. And she was stacking them out in bags. And I just walked past her. She looked at me, and I looked at her. I said, if they were red, would they still call them oranges? And I looked at my wife, and she just shook her head, and I looked back. And that lady had stopped dead in her tracks, and she was like, Good question. If they was red, would they still call them oranges?
Hey, you see those olives there? Do you think they'd still taste the same if they look like apples?
Yeah, just enough to make them go, what the fuck did he say? I know, and I love doing that.
I have found that I have a way of thinking that most people just don't, and it's novel. Like, I've never thought of it that way.
I keep running into salespeople and waitresses. Oh, I'm sorry, I'll be right with you. Oh, take your time. I got far more time than I do money.
Mm-hmm.
And they find that hilarious.
Going to a restaurant with the wife, when they ask, do you want the super salad? I always ask, does it come with a cape? And they look at me and go, what? I said, does it come with the cape, the super salad?
Every time they go to seat us, they come up and say, where would you like to sit? I said, I usually like to sit on my butt. And it staggers them, too, because they're like, his butt. His what? What?
Where do I find his butt?
Yeah, she's looking for the butt table, I guess. But, yeah, it throws them a little bit. Where would you like to sit? On my butt.
If the public is going to be forced upon me, I feel I should force myself upon the public. Turnabout's fair play.
I felt like Billy and Girl the other day. She brought me my food and set it down in front of me. And I was like, can I get some silverware? She ain't got none. Wouldn't have asked if I didn't need it.
Here's your son. Yeah, I find that a lot in life when trying to interact with certain individuals. It's just like the YouTube video for my Bigfoot. Twice now, I've had some person come in there and be like, this would be good if it wasn't for the potty mouth. And I was like, I'm not going to tell people this. Hey, watch your language.
Yeah.
While you're trying to tell me a story that nobody's going to believe again. You know, someone recently commented, it's just in the beginning, it's just the same footage over and over. And I'm like, yeah, we didn't have much money and I had to make it work with what I had.
It's a loop.
I'm sorry, I'm not Scorsese. You know, everyone's got an opinion about something, and it goes back to what we were talking about with the dead internet theory. Is they're all chasing that dopamine rush. They get that rush leaving that comment.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are Karens and Kens. They want to pick and woke this, and you didn't do this right. You shouldn't have said that right. I do the same thing, but I go around and I find the humor in it, and I post the funny. Everybody can use a laugh.
Yeah, I got called a misogynist the other day.
Oh, yeah, massaging people again, are you?
No, it's not what a misogynist is. No, apparently I want women to basically stay barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, and they need to know their place.
Hey, they want to be barefoot in the kitchen. That's fine.
And the comment that I left had nothing to do with that.
No pregnancies.
Yeah, no baby, no baby, no baby, no baby. Stop.
Wah, wah.
But no, yeah, apparently they completely misconstrued everything that I said, and I got called a misogynist, and I showed my wife, and I was like, huh? And she's like, yeah, no, you're an asshole, but you're not a misogynist.
Well, you remember the Bell Life?
Uh-huh.
Well, that one guy, Garen, finally proposed to that girl, Adrian.
Okay.
Or whatever her name is. And they posted it, and it came across my feed, and I was one of the first to comment on it. I said, congratulations. As my father told me, a marriage is a 3-ring circus. First the engagement ring, then the wedding ring, and then the suffering. And I thought he'd get a big laugh.
Yeah, that's
I was
fucking
wrong.
hilarious.
I was wrong. Yeah, they didn't like it.
Wow.
Why would you tell somebody who just got engaged a suffering? Give them 5 years.
It's called a heads up.
I don't know, man. It's the advice my dad gave me. What do you want? Just pass it along.
That's great, though.
Yeah. But, yeah, I thought it'd be funny. No, I didn't see it that way.
That's the story of my life on the internet. I thought it was funny. What's wrong with y'all?
To me.
Remember, I got hammered a few years ago for a picture that I posted on Facebook that I thought was hilarious. And I was apparently wrong.
Guess again.
Womp womp.
Well, I used to do AOL answers, and somebody said, I can't get rid of the pigeons on my roof. They're pooping on my car or something. Oh, I commented, this is pigeons hate smoke and flame. That's all I said.
Mm-hmm.
I got thrown off. You told her to burn his house down. That's not what I said. I did not say that.
Nope. Just pigeons hate smoke and flame.
Yeah, that's all I said.
What'd you do with that information?
That's on you.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to burn your house down, you idiot.
Mr. Brown said on the no baby thing, pull out, pull out. Unless you're snipped or sterile, and then you and your couch have the same thing in common. Neither one pull out. Unless you've got a pull-out couch, and then you can't use that joke. No, it's just, I don't know, man. I don't know where we are as society, where we're going, and what the outcome of everything is going to end up being, because I don't see good things. The more everyone's like, no, it's getting better, and some things have gotten better, but realistically, I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Like, just Farnsworth, Professor Farnsworth from Futurama. Yeah, that's my favorite quote. Is I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Spock always did that thing, live long and prosper, and the counter to it is, may you live in interesting times. We are living in those interesting times.
I don't want to live in interesting times. Thanks. Can I go over to live long and prosper?
Yeah, that's next.
Is that a different reality?
All you got to do is get through the end, and then you can have a whole new beginning.
Can we get on with it then?
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Like, just kick the legs out from under the table. We're done. We're ready.
Yeah. Well, the checklist is almost done. It won't be too much longer.
Can you or I do anything to speed it up?
Not that I'm aware of.
Damn.
You just kind of got to sit back and watch it happen.
I'm not opposed to being part of the solution to create more problems.
You can be mindful about it, warn others about it. Say, hey, it might not be a good idea to let that AI robot into your house or whatever it may be. I don't think that's such a great idea. You might want to avoid that. But besides that, no, people going to do what people going to do. You can't stop them.
I've hated that fact my whole life, too. Like, my gut tells me more, like instinct. We say my gut, but instinct. Instinct tells me way more.
Oh, yeah.
And nobody ever listens, and I'm just like, all right.
Yeah. It's just like Congress. You're not going to get them to vote themselves out of office. You're not going to
Good night, Mr. Brown.
Somebody to quit their own job.
One of the things I hate the most in life is having to take the long way around just so somebody else learns what I was trying to tell them.
I don't go out of my way for other people that way. I just hardly ever do that.
Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Sometimes.
Sometimes
you got to drag them along.
You've raised kids.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what I'm talking about then.
Yeah.
And like, if they'd have just listened to you because you knew from instinct and knowledge.
But yeah, at the same token, my parents used to tell me a bunch of ridiculous shit that until I got older didn't make any sense. You know? It's a generational thing. My parents were stupid until I got older. Yeah. I'm the same way to them. The older they're getting, the smarter I seem.
Okay.
That's the thing. I find it amusing that they think I know what I'm doing. People come to me looking for advice, and I giggle to myself. They think I know what I'm doing.
You can fake it till you make it, but if you never make it, just get good at faking it.
Yeah. Just, hey, man, it's one day into the next. See what happens tomorrow and deal with it as best you can. That's all you can do. That's all anybody can do.
Yep.
Anything more than that isn't a delusion.
All of it's a delusion.
Pretty much.
There is no brass ring for us. You know, it's.
We ain't got to go out and weed the crop, for we got something to eat next year.
We might.
Don't have to go milk the cow.
We
or
might.
nothing like that. Well, no, it could come to that, but
It's the end of the world as we know it.
well, it's still pretty good.
We'll
Living
see.
Better than most kings did.
We'll see.
No king ever broadcasted from his basement.
No, he sat on top and yelled.
He's made the jester do it. Set forth the joke of today.
Yeah, send forth the town crier. It's his job. Yeah.
What the hell was that, town crier?
Yeah. He looked at his bank account.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to go to our next break, but if you're listening to the fun size, this is it for you. This is all you guys get. There is no more.
Should have listened live.
Should have listened live. Or you can join our Patreon by going to patreon.com/Cult of Odd. There you will get the full episodes with no edits, so you know everything that happened and can catch all of the
Funnery.
Funnery? Yeah.
Gunnery? It's like a gunnery, but different.
Also, keep an eye on the YouTube channel because we are going to be adding new things and different stuff. This year, we're going to be trying a few new things. There should be video versions of the podcast coming soon.
That's frightening.
Yeah, you'll be able to see my face.
Frightening.
Aww.
That hurt your feelings.
I'm not that ugly. I mean, I'm ugly, but I'm not that ugly.
Well, you are that ugly, but you're better looking than me, so, go with what you got.
Yeah, I think that's why I was given all this personality, because I don't have a lot of face to go. I am the equivalent of an ugly girl with huge boobs.
And only I would come up with that analogy.
I have a great set of personalities. Just ask to see him.